Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to metro.co.uk, a Dutch flight attendant has been hospitalized in Amsterdam with Hantavirus after having contact with a woman who later died from the virus in a Johannesburg hospital. The deceased woman, part of a 69-year-old Dutch couple, is believed to have contracted Hantavirus during a birdwatching trip to a landfill site in Dosso Ushuaia, Argentina, where they may have been exposed to infected rodents. Her husband also died. This incident has led to broader concerns, particularly for passengers of the MV Hondius cruise ship, which sailed from Argentina to Cape Verde. Among its 146 passengers and crew, 22 are British citizens. British nationals on board are being asked to self-isolate for 45 days upon their return to the UK. 3 individuals, including a British doctor and former police officer Martin Anstey, were medically evacuated from the ship and flown to the Netherlands for specialist care. A German national also died on the ship. According to NHK, a draft final document to be adopted at the review conference of the parties to the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, NPT, currently underway in New York, emphasizes the critical need for maintaining human control over nuclear weapons at all times. This measure is urged to reduce the risks posed by emerging technologies and potential interference in communications and command and control systems. The Zero Draft Outcome document presented on Wednesday calls on states parties to engage in discussions to agree on specific measures for mitigating these risks. Additionally, the document notes grave concerns regarding attacks on Iranian nuclear facilities, referring to incidents involving the U.S. and Israel. It also explicitly calls on North Korea, which has unilaterally withdrawn from the treaty and is pursuing nuclear and missile programs, to return to the NPT at an early date. Professor Akiyama Nobumasa, an expert from Hitotsubashi University, suggests that while the draft covers a wide array of issues for negotiation, some contentious points may be cut due to perceived imbalances by various parties. Concerns are high that a failure to adopt a final document following 2 previous unsuccessful conferences could significantly weaken the treaty. According to NPR, a notable development is emerging from Southeast Asia, where countries are collectively voicing their concerns regarding President Trump and the ongoing war with Iran. This sentiment reflects a growing apprehension among residents throughout the region about the potential wider implications and instability that could arise from the conflict. The expressed worries highlight how significant geopolitical events in the Middle East can have far-reaching effects, influencing public opinion, economic stability, and diplomatic stances even in distant parts of the world like Southeast Asia. Residents fear potential disruptions to trade routes, energy prices, and overall regional peace, underscoring the interconnectedness of global affairs. According to Al Jazeera, on the 69th day of the Iran war, Tehran is reviewing a U.S. peace proposal delivered through mediator Pakistan. U.S. President Donald Trump stated that talks with Iran are progressing well and suggested a deal to end the conflict could be within reach, aiming to secure an agreement before his trip to China. Concurrently, Israel has escalated its military campaign by bombing Beirut, marking the first strike on the Lebanese capital since a fragile ceasefire began on April 17th, placing significant strain on regional tensions. Iran's foreign ministry spokesman indicated that Tehran will communicate its response once its views are finalized. Amid these diplomatic efforts, a U.S. warplane disabled an Iranian-flagged oil tanker in the Gulf of Oman, and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz continues to impact global shipping, costing companies millions weekly. China's financial regulator has also reportedly advised major banks to halt new loans to oil refineries sanctioned by the U.S. for alleged ties to Iranian oil. According to the Asahi Shimbun, Japan significantly expanded its military involvement in the annual U.S. Philippine joint exercise Balikatan this year. For the first time, Japan transitioned from observer status to a full participant, with approximately 40 members of the Ground SDF's Amphibious Rapid Deployment Brigade engaging in live-fire drills to repel an enemy landing from the sea. This expanded role, facilitated by the Reciprocal Access Agreement, is a strategic move to strengthen coordination among allies, particularly in light of concerns about declining U.S. deterrence in the Indo-Pacific and China's growing maritime presence. While Tokyo, Washington, and Manila emphasize the training is not directed at any specific country, the Philippines views China as a major security threat, and the region around Taiwan is a potential flashpoint. Japan also lifted its ban on lethal weapons exports in April, further deepening security cooperation with the Philippines. China has expressed strong opposition, conducting its own live fire drills around the Philippines in response. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.